Yeah, I mean, it's kind of given, so we need to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, in retrospect, after looking back at some hostile comments that were made by some people towards this man and his work,
Mm-hmm.
after
Mm-hmm.
getting some more information, a lot
Mm-hmm.
of us owe this man some deep apologies. And I mean, I thought, we should the best in the next life. No, I mean, open apologize to this man.
Mm-hmm.
Because I learned the reason why this man came up with all these bag of colorful farms and all these things. It's so simple, but yet still, we had people bashing him continuously. Even I at one point was saying, yo, this kind of weird. But I never bashed him. So essentially, the man said, yo, using, the color of black in your manga takes up a lot of freaking time. The man decides to F
Mm-hmm.
that. I'm going to use color plated colors. Easier to work
Mm-hmm.
with, easier to draw. End the discussion. Not
Yep.
smarter, not harder. Bam.
Yeah, I get that, but also, um, how the gold blonde hair was chosen. Yeah.
No, no, that's literally it. Is that the man just chose the goal at first. Man, sister, yo, it went
Mhm.
easier to deal with, and the man decides, all right, F the black.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And
Yep. Yep. Yep.
you know how big you have to be as a person that even British broadcasting communication is lengthy talking about your achievements.
Of course, sir.
Keep, we keep on going back to that. Like, fam, my girlfriend doesn't watch anime, and even she knew about this.
Dragon Ball Z, of course. So,
Right?
so that was a gateway for a whole heap of people. So, yeah, and again, like I said, if you don't know Dragon Ball Z, you knew Dragon Ball Z. Even if you know it, you knew it. That's how popular that man's fucking manga strip was. You heard me? That man's toy line, Dragon Ball. Yo, even I had a bumper clad, the imaginary Super Saiyan 4 Vegito with white fur, white hair, and
Um,
the chest.
I don't think there's another series that has spawned as much fan fiction,
What?
farms or not even exist. AMV is created.
Yeah, listen.
Like if you go by list on YouTube, as a matter of fact, the most famous AMV created DBZ in the end. We all know
Of
that
course.
AMV. We all know how it
Uh,
ends. That final fight with Kid Buu.
yeah, the Vegeta in the end. That's still one of the best blood club AMV ever created.
Yo, if there's two AMV you don't know, one movie, It's My Life, DBZ, In the End, Indian remix, any
Oh
Linkin
shit.
Park song you can think of.
Animal Life become
The
remix.
GT, especially the GT version, I will never forget the first time I heard Animal I Have Become with DBGT. And
Yes.
for all the stories, faults, for everybody who cuss about, yo, Goku, this, that is irrelevant. Really is. It's irrelevant. Because this man spawned generation after generation of characters that we still remember today. You know how long the original Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan movie came out?
2002.
All them time there.
Yeah, around
I,
them time.
and I still remember how I yo, OG
Yeah,
Broly, with
I
hands
remember
down scariest villain of all time. I don't care what nobody wants to say.
oh,
And man's first words popped out, Kakarot, you will be the first of my victims. I was like, shit.
well, that just took a turn for the worst. Just saying,
Kakarot,
I heard that, like,
Kakarot, how much do you love your son? Nigga, what? You out here threatening kids now?
I said, watch that man punch Goku through the fucking mountain.
Through the mountain.
Just
Fam,
use body as a fucking pistol and punch him through a mountain. I was like, wow.
as bad as that ass whooping was, not gonna lie. Broly second coming the way the man even Goten, Trunks, and Gohan. Shit got hard to watch.
Yeah. And the
Well,
weirdest thing is,
come talk about how movies got plot holes. Who get? They say, yo, if a movie can keep me hooked and entertained for its entire runtime,
yes, sir.
movie has it. I enjoy the movie. I don't care about story, about what was real from what was not real, and that is the biggest problem with movies today. And that was something Akira Toriyama always succeeded in. The man made those BBC movies with some of the most ridiculous plot lines, and they still worked.
Yep.
The man, right about now, I guarantee if Akira Toriyama was to make Thor: Love and Thunder likable, the whole of it would have one of the greatest things ever made.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But it's say not hurt people for feelings or whatever, but yeah. Anime
People living in this conception where you know, Akira Toriyama wasn't afraid to fail. That's what separates him from a lot of people, especially in the anime community. Most animators fall on their face 1-2 times. That's a wrap. Curtains. Akira Toriyama had, the outrage when Gohan wasn't the main character. I'm sure when Vegeta self-sacrificed himself, Akira Toriyama was getting death threats aplenty. Did he give a shit? Nope. And
the man years wrote one of my favorite characters to be a bitch. Again, you have that don't process motherfucker don't give a fuck. But I said to you, man said he hated Vegeta. Quite frankly, he never expected.
Yeah, because man say it all the time.
Uh,
Man say, Vegeta reminds me of myself in a deep, dark place. And I understand. But the man have all right for him.
Once every time him come back, somebody asks Vegeta. I'm like, Are you gonna make Dragon Ball Z without Vegeta? Are you gonna make Dragon Balls anything without Vegeta now? I'm like, you know he wasn't originally supposed to be a part of the story plot, right? He was supposed to be a one-off character, right? That's what most people tend to forget. This was never supposed to be. And here we are. But again, the man had balls. The man did not give a fuck. He didn't care. He didn't give a shit. He didn't care if you were hurt. He didn't care if you were his friend. He did his thing. Again, give on to Caesar what is due unto Caesar. Man had balls and he didn't give a damn if you were offended. But say for go. All these animators are being taught them. If you've it's at the end of the golden era of animators to have something outside of them, have integrity. That word, yeah. A lot of these new animators don't know what that word they mean. I understand, so people have to survive, people have to eat, but at what cost? The amount of people who have sold their integrity. if you pay tech. The fact that them believes everybody is the same stupid person that they can't stand any fuckery. And you're just gonna observe it and say, oh shit, yay! No, and also I believe this also impacted the general viewpoint on the whole anime world because here's a man that try Dragon Ball Z. Everybody good. Here's a man that try, and that's the next thing too. Fans don't know when to let go. Body can't do shit amazing. The man is very truly honored Toryiama.
I mean,
He died. Let
you
the ball
know,
finally.
I never wanted to go down this route, but
But I told you,
no,
let
what
that
I'm
man enemy go bumbuckler heavy with him.
no, that matter was no.
Hmm.
He died at 68. I don't know if
Yeah.
people realize it, but that is quite young for an animator who's been animating since the dawn of time. And
Yep.
it begs the question: what the hell do these studios think these animators are made of? What, you think they're steel mills or something? Like, I know we're trying to honor this man's peaceful passing, but I'm
Mm-hmm.
just here looking at it because even other day, it's a Crunchyroll with their nauseating ass come tower. Oh, Solo Leveling put out the worst rated episode ever. 7.5 out of 10. And I'm like, that's the worst episode on your stupid ass site that barely anybody could see anything for a decade. What? It wasn't until Akira Oda said, yo, make me anime get free up or else me take my rights. All of a sudden, no, control is free for everyone to use. And no one said anything. I was there. I remember how Crunchyroll used to put out those half hour, 1 minute, 45 videos pretending as if, oh, you're supposed to pay for subscription fees. Hey, my ass.
Shit with that. Remember, shit. Every
Fam,
second control call.
solo leveling. Right about now, they could screw up the ending of solo leveling and it still go get me respect. Because the man who animate Allight tell people blatantly say, I couldn't care less what any of you think. I'm honoring my teacher's wishes, which is the man who died creating solo leveling. I respect that. Man, now make nobody bully him and tell him what I'm supposed to do from what I'm not supposed to do.
Also, I believe, like everybody else, all great animators need to have a live understudy. Somebody to come on. And I know some people like, oh, well, it's not the same. It's not the same. I'm like, no, clearly it won't be exactly the same. But I rather somebody who knows, or better yet, will interpret the source material at a 98%, as it should be rate. And a man who's going to take something that we already know and completely throw it out on its head, like what them do for Marvel. The whole comic book fucking movie, we call it again, universe. Yeah.
But the thing is, people need to understand something. Marvel Universe is extremely scuffed that even the people who create those stories, I think sometimes even they think that breaking the reality just to squash all these stories together. I mean, I'm just going to say this. Before Avengers Endgame, I barely watched Marvel movies. I was always a DC type of guy. I was always a DC Comics type of person. It wasn't until I saw that issue of Odin beating the absolute snot out of Thor where I said, you know what? I'm gonna read some Marvel lore. And fam, I can say this. Marvel is scuffed. Worse than DC ever could be.
I could tell you that. But what the sad part is that Marvel moved first. And this is the only reason why DC is seen as second rate. Because be honest with the people, DC actually got better stories than Marvel, believe it or not.
Of
It's
course.
just it's
Question.
that there are more people who don't know these things because to me, Marvel did the best thing. They launched out first because they know that they were at a disadvantage. That's why there's more quote unquote Marvel moviegoers than there are DC moviegoers.
Yeah, but it backfired upon them now, Bradshaw. because now practically almost everybody's, if it's not an Avengers level movie, everyone thinks it's dog water.
And now everybody's sick and fucking tired of all of it. Let me tell you something. That is a franchise that need a box night bomb lad. Nobody couldn't tell me. I can say nobody. Nobody couldn't tell this and say, yo, ease up off them superhero nuts. They can ease up off them superhero nuts, you know. Yeah, yeah. Una oversaturate the conversation now. Nobody wants to see this shit no more. I'm not saying that to be mean or nasty. It just is
No,
what it is. And instead of
no,
Marvel,
you don't need to go that far. I mean, Endgame went. So where did they go after that? A bunch of C plus movies according to fans. I thought
sir,
Shang I thought Shang when they're moving in Shang-Chi.
Sanchi.
I thought Shang-Chi was alright. Still had that woke agenda nonsense where somehow a warrior of a million years is getting beaten by a woman who is barely his understudy. I was like, what a load of crap. But
There you
anyways, um,
them things them can't explain away, will always piss off the
nah,
fans.
shit. I try to remember the damn movie will have that freaking ah. God damn it. So much of these goddamn shows out there. I can't remember half of them name. But
Yeah.
Madam Web and the Marvels, yo, premium grade A crap. I couldn't believe these people actually took the originator of the story of the spider people and they actually shit on it. Wow. They actually shit on it.
So somehow they didn't get the Madam Web story right either.
And it's so easy. I didn't even know the goddamn story and I realized it was easy. I was like, wow, they really aren't trying.
Pause. And where the spot is, you see them keep giving women directors how to write women characters that were
And
written
they
by men.
keep
So
on, yo.
and again, I understand that. You're telling me that men write better women characters than women. That
So,
shit was
so I guess the old adage is that men actually don't do everything better than women. Basically, that's what you're trying to tell us.
at what cost way?
Basically, that's what they are trying to tell us. Say, yo, we are doing everything better than them. Really? That's the hill they're willing to die on.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Because tell me how a man has written Black Widow, right?
mm-hmm.
And you can name off the list of the most badass women characters ever. My boy Dave from Terminator Mother. Zine. Hell, go as far as you even say Senator Padme Amidala. Yes, dam's in distress, but she was still one of the most central figures of the entire Star Wars universe. Was she not? Was she rammed down her throat like a certain Miss Marvel or Captain Marvel or where the hell she want him?
Sure.
And it doesn't help that these women and the actors who are women starring these shows keep on putting their political agendas out there
There you go.
to promote them more.
There you go. Doctor, that's one of the main turn off nowadays when it comes to fans.
Because first
Nobody
of all,
wants to hear this shit.
all right,
Nobody's asking to hear this shit.
all right, just meds this, right? I don't care if you're gay.
Nobody asks. People.
No one asked. No one cares.
That's to add to your point. People, try to understand. And on me and Doctor does the on the internet is a cuss what Bumble rascal. We are pretty much reflecting what the internet and the world is thinking at this point in time. And when I say, oh, we are so divine, we know more than you, shut the fuck up. No, not saying that it's not little. Those of you who think this is just a bashing session, it's not. This is what used to happen before everybody's feelings were more important than the actual. So people cared more nowadays. People care more what is said than they care about how it's said more than what is said. That's how the world reads. You're trying to please everybody all at the same time. And you're not supposed to make no mistake. You're perfect. You're perfect. That's no problem. I say, to I say, yo. I say, this is how history repeating itself, eh? This shit going to take something. After a while, the she verse is not going to exist. It's not going to exist for what you think it's not. Our history will repeat itself. But abandon it, blind. Personally, it's a bumbuckler. You are telling me, or me,
Get it.
nothing funny to me, doctor. Somebody tell you how to feel about something that you've seen. And nobody tell you, nobody rewrite, nobody, because them boy and this and them. No, bullshit. What a bullshit. Bunch of grown people that don't want knowledge to fuck with them, I don't. More power to them. What about this? People, doctor, they need to understand. This is coming from a place of love. This is coming from a place of love. We don't so no fun don't believe that shit. This is coming from a place of love, yo. Come from a place of love. And no fun don't understand where that shit coming from because we never.
One of the most the thing that triggers me the most though.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen the most powerful female characters written that didn't overplay their hand. They had their shine. They were lovable, had their down moments, sad moments like everyone else. And then all of a sudden now this girl boss trope resurfaced where women need to be just as muscular as men, but yet still they're still getting their ass whooped by people who are smaller than them, right? Their power is supposed to be equal to that of a god, but they're getting trashed by some regular ass person. Like you righteous, you say you want women empowerment, yet you do everything that is the opposite of women empowerment. Let's face facts, right?
Make it make sense. Yeah?
Majority of women characters don't need to look like some buff daddy Scott Steiner ass.
None of that. Just nasty and mean and
then when she's been praised by men, she scorns at it. When she's been looked up as a god by a woman, she's like, oh, don't need your compliment. So basically, you're saying that a woman is a bitch. So you're downplaying your own race.
Of course.
Huh?
Are you dumb? Are you dumb, sir? Are you dumb?
Yeah.
You dumb?
Yeah, I'm like those same people who are looking at Toriyama's hand-selected aid to continue the Dragon Ball story. And I'm going to be like that person on Twitter talking about, oh, I don't think he's up to the task. Who the fuck asked your opinion? Toriyama selected Toyotoro as his own protege, and the man has been the one who has been drawing the manga before Toriyama even gave it up, and it is pristine quality. So I don't get where your Twitter stands get off on criticizing the man who made one of the greatest ever.
Yep.
Well, you know, it's so hilarious to me, you know. The one show where they actually will get a pass to put all that woke bullshit in, they are still going to mess it up, and I'm all here for it. Because I can't wait till this X-Men movie drops just to see the amount of nonsense what they go fuck it up with. Because they just can't help themselves anymore. It's ingrained in their DNA to be disaster.
course it is.
You have yo. This is like you getting the key to the golden city. You just have to put the key in. Now, I'm going to throw it into a sinking sand pit and try to get it out. Then open the key. That's what I want to do.
Mm-hmm. And believe me, it seemed like I don't like all of this has come down to accountability. Most people now look for movies no more for longevity. Yes, I believe most I go hell. That's why Terminator and the movie they are seen as old school but very modern to this very day. Most people don't look on the longevity like Alien, which is a super strong female lead. Mulan, that was a cartoon. Again, she was both feminine and she was pretty much what a girl boss quote unquote was supposed to be. And as we go down the line, we can name out more and more female leads or female co-stars that if they were as they were, most of them franchises would literally go down to shit. But what? In art, for example, Aladdin, Jasmine did not play, the original Aladdin, Jasmine did not play that vital a role, but what? She was still a necessary evil. You understand me? This misconception, in order for Jasmine to seem great, we have to tear down Aladdin. Not no go so. Not no go so. I guess that's where most of people disconnect. There's a movie theater up here named AMC. Dario, Sam never get to bring up. Doctor, we're talking about somewhere that somebody can watch a movie, Dario, and Doctor. So they there fly up with them.
Yeah.
Right? When you sit down, when you sit, you can lean back, press a button, and it stretches out the foot part. So it literally become a lazy boy. Yeah, so and then you can remove the armrest, you can throw a sheet, and you and your whoever, and you can hug up and kick up and all them lovely things. Eh? And when I tell you, say, me spend my money, my hard-earned money, and buy 3 tickets and sleep through Aladdin, what that said to you? Invite a friend, my wife, and me go. I slept through the son of a bitch. Mark you, I wasn't tired. My brain forced me to sleep.
Oh, that's one of the biggest crime any farmer show can do though. If a show is not even entertaining, like what is the point?
A lot of these franchises, but also in the same breath, sometimes these franchises don't know when to bomb clock down. Overdo the shit, them oversell the shit. And the fact say franchise out there now expects their stardom, and that's the next thing too. Half of these franchises or Disney literally are got on a spit on the fans them face. You're paying attention. None of these media companies are trying to start with any new stars per se. They're not. They're not trying to hear none. They're not trying to understand none. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. These media companies don't want to hear the truth, and they expect you not to ask any questions. And it breaks my heart because I'm a huge fan of a lot of these flipping stupid companies. I've watched Dragon Ball Z and I've watched Pokemon. Oh, by the way, that's the next thing too. Why every reboot have to literally make the woman them is insufferable? Hmm? Why all reboots go to them way to make the woman insufferable? Can't stand this bitch. And then you're going to hear, oh, that's a man's problem. Women aren't supposed to help men understand where we're coming from. It's like, what the fuck? When the hell did the world reach us up? Where we can't even have simple bumble ass clock conversation without turning into a shit show.
My question is,
Mm-hmm.
why is it that after the so-called bum ass my character gets his paw up, all of a sudden now all these bitches be fawning all of a sudden? Why is it that that's always the case? Why is it that all in every scenario, and you can take any scenario you want, every single my character that has been reborn, whatever, reincarnated, it's the
Mm-hmm.
same shit trope. And most of the time, nigga gets resurrected as a necromancer, flaunts his power once, all of a sudden the bitch wants him.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of shit? What the hell are you trying to tell me? So only if I get good enough she likes me? What kind of bullshit is that? Premium. That's bullshit, man. That's how the real world works. And I get that we don't want realism, but then in the same breath, when some Deus Ex Machina crap happens, all of a sudden now the crybabies come out talking about that doesn't seem physically possible.
That's not real. You are looking at this somewhat unreal. I'm like, what the fuck?
You can't assess something not real and then you say one of course we if you say this don't make no sense. As a matter of fact, this goes back to my gripe.
Mm-hmm.
This goes back to my gripe with the 7 deadly sins, that very infamous scene. Bradshaw, you know the one I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
This man, this man grabbed Elizabeth and talked about keep your hands off my woman. Nigga, what?
Of course he did.
What?
Gosh.
Nah. And then, it wasn't even the fact it was said. And when the creator tried to defend it, this man I tried to defend it. And that is an anime trope I believe needs to die.
Yes.
These 1,000 plus year characters looking like they're 5-year-olds, 12-year-olds. That is some premium grade bullshit.
Yes. No, and pause. Another side. Try to understand something, doctor. That's a thing in Japan. I mean, it's a thing everywhere.
And again, Bradshaw, it needs to die because ain't no way a man go look for me. All right, Bradshaw, let's say all three of us, right?
Yeah.
We get reincarnated.
Mm-hmm.
And we meet the love of our life. And we spend almost 1,000 years together. Our moms get resurrected looking like a 16-year-old or 10-year-old child. I'm like, shit, we're gone past 30 minutes. My bad.